All right, let's get this thing going here. Yes, we got that. There we go. Perfect. All right, let's get this party started, shall we? Perfect. There we are. All right. Can you guys hear me okay? Good morning, everybody. I want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. Let me know if you guys could hear me okay. Just check my audio. Perfect. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good, good. Good morning, Richard, JB, Jill, Devin, Ivano, James, Clay, the sassy trainer, David, Pat, Wade. Good morning, Jeff, SM, Javad, Cam. Good morning, Cam. Good to see you. Michael, Lewis, Art, Piet DeBrock, Harold, Tom, Bugs, Blair, Robert, Henry, Illinois grain farmer, Christian. Good morning, Brian. Good to see you here. Good to see you, Brian. We got Spider Monkeys here. Harold, Jill, Brian, Stan, Dave, Stephen, Clay, Stan, Dave. The sassy trainer can hear me. Good, good, good. Brian, Genevieve. Moondog is in the house. Arnulfo, Donald. Herf 2 Aces is here. Bill, Lawrence, Tim, Charlie, Mark, Donald. And if I'm missing somebody, I am not doing it on purpose. There's just a lot of people, a lot of names coming through. So just want to make sure everybody is here. Jody's there, Steven's there, Charlie's there, Tim's there, Lawrence, Bill, Deanna, Mark. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Rosalind is in. Hope everybody's doing great. Hope everybody's having a nice morning. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Bob. Rebecca, Patrick, Rosalind, CJ. Good morning. Good morning. The room is filling up. We still have a little bit to go. I'll be starting in just a few minutes. FYI, if you are new here, please go to the this little cogwheel here that we have with the HD on it, and please put it on 1080. Okay, that way you'll be able to see me at full quality, and you'll be able to see. It's not for me. You can be looking at me at 120 wouldn't make any difference, but the charts, you'll be able to see the charts much more clear and the numbers. So put it at 1080p, and while you're there, if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. I'm going to cheat and give myself a thumbs up. Hey, Carlos, good morning. Good morning. Yesterday was a great day. Dave, yeah, I got your testimonial. Yeah, very, very nice. Glad to see you made 10K in April. Omar, good morning, Omar. Richard, good morning. Sherman, Duzzy, Carlos. We had a good day yesterday. David, yeah, charts look way better at 1080. 100% they do. They definitely look better at 1080. Let me just repost this and we will begin. Let me just post this. Now, folks, real quick. I am leaving for New York. I'm going to New York for the weekend. I'm going to be leaving here right after we're done here. I will be watching the market. I'm not. I'll be working till about 2 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be in and out all day today. Um, I will be working, but I will be working all day tomorrow. I will not be in the VIP room today. Kane will be in my VIP room today. So let me give you some links. Here's the link for the VIP room. Kane will be there. Kane is fantastic, and I hope everybody comes in and gives Kane a welcome. Matt and Kane will be there today. Um, we'll be trading today as usual. Matt's in the office. I'll be around all day. Pretty much be at the airport till about noon, so I'll be around. Maybe I won't be updating you today as much as I usually do on Telegram for obvious reasons. Also, if you missed this class, if you want to be on the right side of the market with seasonality, here's a class that I'm going with right now. Yes, there will be a Friday morning must watch, and there will be a Friday VIP room because I'll be working tomorrow from New York. I'll be staying in the peninsula, and I'll be working from there. So I will be working tomorrow. I will be working tomorrow. There will be a VIP room and there will be a morning show tomorrow. I'm not going to leave you guys hanging just because I'm going on a holiday. I got you guys covered. I brought my laptop. I brought my second monitor with me. I brought my microphone. I'll be available. I will be available. I take my job very, very seriously. Matt's new daughter is doing fantastic. She's actually doing great. You should ask her. You should ask her him yourself. He's around. She's doing great. Actually doing really good. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. Everything's doing good. And let me give you the link for Customer Service Live in case you got questions for Cam. I try not to go out of town too much, but this is 25 years that my wife and I met, and she wanted to take me away for a few days, and I'm not going to complain about it. Good morning, Samson. Good morning, FNETSR. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everybody. So, good morning, Ringo. Good morning. I crack up every time I see Ringo. So, I will be around. If you have a question, you can send me an email. Matt will be around at the office. Kane will be around. Everybody will be around. But I won't be as active as I usually am today because I am traveling second part of the day. Okay? But I will be around. All right? Joy says, to me, it appeared it didn't matter that it was end of the month yesterday. Was it Microsoft? I'm not sure what it was. But anyways, let's get into all of this. Let's get into all of this, okay? Um, the market is looking beautiful this morning, and I mean beautiful this morning. We're up across the board. The Nasdaq is up a lot. Dow's up a lot. Russell's up not all that much, which is a little red flag. But folks, I want to ask you, thank you, Dave. I want to ask you, good morning, William. Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Arnolfo. Good morning, Rick. I want to ask you guys, what are the what are the catalysts for today? Does anybody tell me what is the catalysts for today? Can anybody answer that question for me? What's the catalyst for today? Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Piet. Does anybody know what is the catalyst for today? What are we going to be looking at today? Jeff says end of the month rebalancing often causes a run in one direction. Yep. But I think it also had Microsoft earnings. What else are we going to be looking at today? Forget the obvious stuff like Trump. We're going to be looking at Microsoft and Meta. What else are we going to be looking at? Donnie Two Dolls. Okay, we're going to be looking at China, obviously, right? Earnings. Can you be a little more specific? Folks, remember what I tell you. Remember what I tell you every single day. If you don't know what the catalysts are, you're going to be in deep doo-doo. Folks, what's the biggest company in the world? What's the biggest company in the world? What's the biggest company in the world? Let's see if anybody can guess. I'm having fun with you guys. We're definitely mags are Microsoft and Meta are definitely the catalyst. But what else is the catalyst? Yes, Carlos. Come on down, Carlos. Yes, does he? Come on down. Dave Johnson. Folks, I'm going to tell you something right now, and I'm going to show you something right now. And I'm disappointed because you guys don't know what your catalysts are. Apple. Apple is down 1% in pre-market after federal judge stated that the tech giant violated antitrust release orders related to app restrictions. Apple, the biggest company in the world, got downgraded. Apple. and chips. So, yes. Now, why do we go over this every day? So you guys could know what the catalyst is today. Yes, obviously Microsoft and Meta are catalysts. Obviously, Trump is always Trump will be a catalyst till the end of his term, right? Um, Apple, folks, Apple. What happens if Apple continues going down this morning? What's going to happen to all of these? What's going to happen to this beautiful gain that we're seeing in the Nasdaq? It'll be a bye bye. Folks, if you don't know what the catalysts each are every day, you will never ever be able to gauge the market effectively that day. I keep telling you that every single day. Always ask yourself, what are the catalysts? Today, you need to watch Apple very, very closely because if Apple starts going down, what will happen to all of this good stuff right here? Well, let me show you something. Bad says single-handedly. That's a great question. Fair question. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. It's a good question. This is for bad gunner. Bad gunner. What percentage of the Nasdaq 100 is Apple, my friend? That's what I said, Sylvain. Pretty much the same thing you just did. What's the biggest stock in the QQQ? What's the biggest stock in the QQQ? Yes, single-handedly, my friend. Single-handedly. Good morning, John. Thank you for the emails. Exactly. So, you don't think the biggest company being downgraded is down 1% as a catalyst for a day? If you don't think that, then you need your head examined. Folks, Apple fell 1% in pre-market trading after federal judge stated that you don't think that'll be a burden on the market? Nah. Always check Apple. My point is, if you don't know what the catalysts are when you wake up in the morning and the market opens, if you're just doing this and looking, oh, these stocks are up, oh, these stocks are down, oh, you're not going to gauge the market. That's why every morning, that's why every morning I ask you, what's the catalyst for today? So when you turn on your screen and the market opens in the morning, your ass better have that Apple in your corner and you should be looking at it. And you should be looking at how much Apple goes down in comparison to how much the rest of the mega caps go up. Understand? Capiche? All right, let's continue this. Folks, if you don't know what the catalyst is, then you don't know who the idiot in the room is. And usually, if you don't know who the idiot in the room is, do you know who the idiot in the room is? You know the answer to that question. Okay? So just wanted you guys to understand that you have to start taking things apart. If you want to learn how the market works, you have to dissect it like I do every single morning. That way you could find out what's responsible for the moves. That way you could gauge your moves effectively. Okay? So do you understand what I'm saying, folks? I'm sorry I'm taking so much time on this, but this is what we need to pay attention to. Okay? It's not bonds this morning. It's Apple. Yesterday was the bond market. Today it's Apple. Okay. So you're obviously going to be looking at Amazon and Microsoft, but you're going to be looking at Apple just as much. Because if Apple decides to go down 4%, I don't really care what your Microsoft and your Amazon's going to do. The market's not going to be bullish. You understand? Would this affect futures? Everything affects futures. Futures key off. Futures is like an option on a stock. It speculates based on the S&P. So again, I just want you guys to understand you have to start looking at the market differently than you do. This is why I go through this with you every single day so we could find what the catalyst is. If you don't know what the catalyst is, the market's going to make an ass out of you every single day. Okay? Apple earnings are tonight. I'm talking about what's the catalyst right now. My friends, Apple is down 1%. Apple, not Western Union. Apple, not UPS. Apple. If you see a report about Apple, you better be looking at it. Okay. All right. So let's continue. So far we're looking beautiful. We're looking beautiful so far. Although I'm a little upset that the Russell can't get it up and it's not leading. But I really like what I'm seeing right here. This is very, very nice. As far as earnings are concerned, we've already pretty much talked about this. By the way, Qualcomm is down. That's a chip stock. It's down quite a bit. What's the other catalyst we're going to be looking at today? Chip stocks. We're going to be looking at chip stocks. We're going to be looking at mega caps, but separately, we're going to be looking at Apple. No, we're not going to be looking at Robinhood. This doesn't have any market cap. But these three have huge market cap. And we all know that semiconductors are very essential. I don't know what it was, Rice. Probably an earnings or some report. I don't know. I don't know, Lawrence. I don't know. I have no idea. It might have been the downgrade. I honestly, I don't want to lie to you and tell you something that I don't know the answer to. When the rate cut news may come next week, Daniel, there's not going to be any rate cut news coming next week. So forget about that. A better question, Daniel, is what will the news be like when the Fed doesn't take any action next week? We haven't had any tariffs yet. We don't have any news. There's nothing for the Fed to make the decision on. There's a 0% chance they're going to lower rates next week, Daniel. Okay, folks, I told you to focus on what's important right now, not what may happen next week, all right? Very risky day, and I'm going to talk about why it's a risky day. Because you may be getting ready for a nice bullish run, and then potentially Apple and Microsoft comes out with shitty numbers, and we take it all down. So you're going to have to be very, very careful today. You're not going to have to be as careful after tomorrow, right, at Eagle Beagle, because the news is going to be already out. The news is going to be already out. There's no speculation of that, Daniel. It's a 94% chance priced in that they're not going to do anything right now. The answer is no. Speculate on something that has higher than a 50% chance. Don't speculate on something that has a 5% chance. Okay, so because the market won't. You understand, Daniel? If the market won't, why would you? Okay, so we have Apple and Amazon. We have a big cloud ahead of us. We don't know what this is going to do, as Eagle Beagle just said very, very smartly. We don't know. So be careful, be careful, be careful. After tomorrow, it's not going to be as bad, but be careful, be careful, be careful. And tomorrow we've got energies, okay? So be careful, be careful. Don't go hot and heavy into mega caps today. And I'll go over technical key levels and explain to you why as well, okay? Let's look at Fed data. We had Fed data yesterday. It was bad. The Fed data was bad. Trump blamed Powell. Trump blamed Biden. Obviously, it's Biden's fault. It's not, but here we are. We have today PMI, ISM. I'm not even going to talk about jobless claims unless the number is above 275,000, which it won't be probably. We have construction spending, which is actually pretty important for real estate. But these two are the big ones today. They're not going to have as much of an impact because of the earnings on the mega caps. I think mega caps earnings are going to take center stage today. Okay. Tomorrow we have employment situation and factory orders. I'm expecting factory orders to be muted as a result of the unforeseeability that we're seeing right now. On the other hand, there might have been a rush for factory orders before the tariffs. I don't know. This is a red flag, but I'm very curious about the employment situation. I'm concerned about this number right here, earnings right here, hourly earnings. This is a very, very important. I want to see if hourly earnings, and I want to see what the unemployment rate is. I only care about the monthly numbers. I don't care about the other numbers. It must have been Biden's fault. Trump said so. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, does he? He said it himself. It was obviously Biden's fault. All of this tariff stuff, all of this stuff that's happening, it's all Biden. Biden's, and I'm being extremely sarcastic right now. It's Biden's fault. No, it's my fault. No, no, it's Clyde's fault. That's the ticket. It's Clyde's fault. All right, let's look at US dollar. The US dollar is still in this area. The US dollar is not biting. The US dollar wants to see what Trump is selling. The US dollar wants to see these trade deals. Have you guys seen any trade deals yet? I haven't seen any trade deals yet. Weren't we yesterday supposed to announce a trade deal? We don't have a trade deal. We don't have a trade deal. Okay. Now there is some potential news about Ukraine and Russia, but I don't see that moving the market as of yet. Clyde has been doing too much underwater. Yes, Jeff, that's right. Clyde's been doing a lot of, and he's going to do it again for the next couple of days too. So be careful. We're still in this area. We still haven't moved away from this area. It looks like we're going a little higher, but we're still in this area. Crude oil is going lower. Crude oil is going lower. Now, this is not good for Russia. It's pretty good for US, but it's not really good for Russia. My question is it going down because inflation is coming off, or is it going down because of there's a fear of a global turmoil? Right now, I would say it's more of a fear of a global turmoil. So be careful. We're coming back down to here, and the US dollar is still in the toilet. Okay. Bond market. All right. Well, remember what I told you yesterday and the day before and the day before. I told you guys that there's a lot of stuff here. I told you that there was yeah, we have the mineral deal. We'll see how that plays in. That's a good thing. I'm glad about that. But my question is, how will it impact the war? Because if we have a mineral deal and Putin doesn't play nice, is America going to get tough with Russia? Because if America doesn't get tough with Russia, you know whose fault it's going to be? It's not going to be Biden's fault. Understand what I'm saying? Because America has to protect its investment, right? So we'll see what happens. I think Trump is putting himself in a very, very interesting position right now, because on one hand, if the deal goes through and it causes a peace, or if it stops the war, then it'll be brilliant, right? But if it happens and then nothing happens as a result, then Trump is going to look like a moron and he's going to look very weak. So I'm just giving you two ends of this of the argument, right? One argument, Trump looks brilliant because he does this deal and Putin becomes fearful of attacking Ukraine because he's fearful of pissing off America. That's one way to look at it. And the other way is Putin says, F you, Trump. I'm going to just continue doing what I'm doing, and makes Trump look like a powerless weasel. Which one is it going to be? I don't know. I don't have the answers, but it's going to be one or the other, right? So I'm praying that it's going to be the first one. Trump becomes a hero. He ends the war. He takes full responsibility, and there's no more killing of people. I'm really hoping that it's the first one. Okay. Germany throwing megabucks into military spending. Very scary time. Yeah, yeah. So you guys understand the scenario we're in right now. Okay. The best way to protect Apple is not to have it in your portfolio, Kirk. The best way to protect something is not to have it. If you need to protect it, then don't have it. So again, I'm just giving you the two sides of the coin, right? The two sides of the coin. It's either going to be, and we'll know pretty quickly. We're gonna know very quickly. We're gonna know within a week or two. So this is a very, very exciting time. Exactly, Mike. I'm only giving you two scenarios, right? Either Putin respects Trump and says, "Okay, we're going to back away," which would make Trump it would make Trump look a lot better in my eyes. It would forgive a lot of sins. But on the other hand, Putin can just say, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm glad you guys have a deal. Go screw yourselves," and then Trump would look like a moron. So again, I don't know how it's going to play out. I have no idea how it's going to. I don't know how it's going to. I don't know how it's going to work out. I have no idea. But I'm praying that it's the first one. Because A, I don't want Trump to look like an asshole, a weak asshole. And number two, I want this war to be over. So that's my 5 cents. That's me getting political today. All right. So you see right here, how we're stuck, That's a problem. Exactly, Eagle Beagle. I agree with you. I agree. I'm hoping that Putin will be scared shitless, and this will be the end. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah. So that's what I want. We all want the same thing. We all want Trump to be a hero here. I mean, I want him to be the hero here. Okay, not Putin. We don't want Putin to be the hero here. All right. So you see this area right here? We're kind of stuck here. We're kind of in quicksand right here. And folks, if the bond market can't go higher, it's going to be much, much more difficult for the stock market to go higher because there's a huge correlation between the bond market and the stock market right now. Okay. As you could see, the bond market has lost its directional bias. Even after yesterday's news, there wasn't much movement in the bond market. And if the bond market starts going down right now, that's going to kind of push US dollar and crude oil. The crude oil's already going down. So, folks, if the bond market can't rally on this news the next couple of days, it's not good. It's not good. This is not good. This is a big red flag because this is a trend line that I built, right? And we've been respecting this trend line, and we've been respecting the 8-day EMA. If we can't look at it now, we're trying to break down. So if we're below 88.90 on TLT, if we break this area, it's not going to be it's not going to be uh, it's not going to be bad. Okay. There's many ways to hedge, but I'm not a hedger. Kirk, you can always buy an inverse ETF and lock yourself in. You can buy an inverse Apple, right? Yeah, I don't either, Ray. Putin doesn't seem like he gives a shit. Yeah. Choice, but settled. Will maybe Moondog. With oil below 60, it puts Russia in a pickle. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Look, I don't have the answers. I don't have the answers. But I'm telling you what the issue is going to be. The issue is going to be, did Putin respect this agreement? Or did Putin say, screw you to this agreement? If he says screw you, then Trump is going to look weak. If he doesn't, then Trump is going to look strong. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just telling you the two sides of the argument. That's all. So this right here is not really great for the stock market, and the correlation is not immediate. It's not like minute to minute, but over like a week course of a week or two, there's a strong correlation here. Okay, so be careful. The bond market is not reacting. The bond market is not reacting to this upside. The bond market is not reacting to this upside. I said it several times because I want you guys to pay attention. Okay. All right. Let's continue. We have a lot of data today. So let me just continue this. Let me just kind of go through all this. Wednesday, U.S. President Trump representative stated that the nation was close to announcing a first trade agreement under which White House would reduce tariffs. I haven't heard anything yet. If you guys heard something, please let me know. If oil goes down to 40, Russia has no negotiating power at all. Zero. If Seagate did really well yesterday. Western Digital did well yesterday. Bookings did well yesterday. SMCI did not. And I'm not, and again, they keep calling themselves an artificial intelligence server. I don't even know if they know how to spell the word artificial intelligence. Bureau of Economic Analysis estimated that the economy contracted. Trump blamed Biden for it, which is not smart. Steepest contraction in 3 years. Folks, that's the steepest contraction in 3 years. Please watch the bond market. Bonds are flat right now. Let me see how bonds are doing right now. Actually, bonds are down a little bit here. A little bit down. Let me see how mega caps have been doing overnight. Yeah, see, look, this is the last 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Be careful. Let me see how Apple's doing. Apple's not really doing anything. It's down about only 1 3/4. Amazon is cooling off a little bit. Microsoft is coming down. Microsoft's been going down since about 7 in the morning. So we'll see what happens. Eagle says we have so many military actions last 10 years. Shock when people are told 59 in the world. Yep. Helen, we now have a vested interest and a guarantee. Helen, we have nothing right now. We have nothing. Yesterday, the trade secretary said trade deal are several weeks away. Oh, okay. Because I read here that we had one done already. So, all right. Yeah. Yeah, Helen, if the war continues, we're not going to get anything from Ukraine. I guarantee you that. The only way this trade deal will work is if Putin plays nice. And if he does, and I hope he does, then this trade deal is the best thing that could ever happen to Ukraine. So be careful. The bond market is not looking really, really great. Yeah, we have a trade deal. We have a mineral deal. But if Putin takes over Ukraine, you're not going to get it. You're not going to have any deals. And we also don't really know what those minerals are really worth. You could look it up, Art. You could look up the inverse Apple ticker on Google. Please ask me questions that nobody else can answer. Okay. Instead of asking me a question that Google can answer in 5 seconds. Okay, let's continue. So I don't like the bond market here. Let's continue. Core PCE was flat. There wasn't much of a change here. Employment is not looking great. 62,000 instead of 114, not good at all. We have earnings on a lot of stocks. We have a time spread on CVS. CVS earnings were really, really good. How many of you were able to offset it at 45 yesterday in the pit? I know everybody got it at 35 or lower. How many of you were able to offset it at 45? I only got one email that somebody was able to offset it at 45. Just say I was able to offset it. All right. Me either, Helen. I hope you're right. I hope you're right because if he attacks them, he's attacking us right now in principle, right? So I'm thinking the same thing you're thinking, Helen. I'm hoping the same thing you're hoping. I'm in the same boat as you. The last thing Ukraine needs is minerals. They need healthy people. They need people alive, not minerals. They let these minerals go. Anything to save the people. We got manufacturing information. Carlos, you crack me up. Uh, U.S. construction spending. So we got a lot of reports, but I'm going to tell you right now what's moving the market. It's not these reports. It's the FANG stocks and Apple. That's what's moving the market right now. All right, let me give you guys some links. If you want to see a seasonality webinar, here's a great link for that. Here's a link for the VIP room where Kane is graciously hosting today. And Kane always has some good stuff to say. And let me give you a link to Customer Service Live. All right. Japan closed higher. Notice nothing here of crazy volatility. Notice nothing here. I'm much more interested in volatility from global markets than anything else right now. Why? Because if we have a lot of volatility in global markets, it tends to traverse into USA. Okay. Thank you, Vivek. I appreciate it. Claims 241. Ooh, be still my heart. The number is going higher. Wow. Folks, that's one of the highest numbers we've seen on jobless claims in like a year. Does it mean anything? No. It's got to get to like 275, 300, but it's been around low 200s now for as long as I can remember. By the way, the bond market is moving higher off of this because this increases the odds that the Fed will take action actually. Let me see how QQQ is doing. It looks like it's bottoming out here and coming back up. Good, 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 good. Looks like everybody's just concerned about, but notice how jobless claims are now 241. If they start going above 300, the Fed is going to start really talking about it. Okay. Now, Phil, I don't know if you've been following jobless claims for the last 4 years, but it's been between 200,000 and 230,000. I'm guessing, for the last 5 years. For the last 5 years. Okay. So my biggest concern here is that Japan is not up or down like 3 or 4%, that it's just, close higher. That's fine. That means no crazy volatility here in the US. Bank of Japan left interest rates unchanged, pushed back timeline for achieving its inflation target, cut its growth protection. I like how Japan is moving right now. The outcome boosted expectations. The Bank of Japan could hold off further rate hikes and push the yen to its lowest level in nearly 3 weeks. Yeah, that's fine. By the way, China is closed for a holiday, and so is Europe. Okay. So we may have a little bit of a subdued overnight markets as a result. Okay. Boyd says with all the federal government layoffs, the jobless claim number is going to go a lot higher in the coming. It will, Boyd, for sure, for sure. It's a question of how fast. It's a question of how fast. But I agree with you. I couldn't agree with you more. So we already know what the catalysts are. Folks, what are you going to be looking at today? Well, you're obviously going to be looking at QQQ. Where's QQQ? QQQ is stuck right here at these levels. What will happen if QQQ can't get above these levels? That'll be the high, and it'll come right back to the 8-day EMA. We're above the 50-day moving average, but we're below the 200-day moving average, and we're below the 100-day moving average. We have about 3 resistance levels here. Let me go out a little bit. We have 3 resistance levels here. We're in this quicksand right here, and we have the 200-day and the 100-day above us. Now, let me give you some good news. Let me give you some good news. If we can go right here, if we can get out of this quicksand and go right here above 500, 501 on the QQQ, the odds are we're out of this mess. We're right now right at the middle, like we're right now. You know that part where you swim out from the ocean, and if you go a little further, you'll never make it back in? We're almost at that part. So if we can get above this territory right here, I don't want to say we're home free, but it's basically telling us that the market is pricing in all of this craziness that Trump is, putting in our that the global economy, Trump, earnings, all the stuff. I'm just going to call it stuff. That stuff is becoming assimilated into the market. Okay, but we're still in the quicksand. Look, we're in the middle. So if we move up, just up here, and clear this level, we are looking so much better, folks. Just from here to here, we're looking hundreds of times better. But it's easy for us to get stuck right here. See where we're at? There's a lot of stuff here. But if we start breaking the 200 and the 100, we are really coming out of this mess. And it's hard for me to even say that because of where we've been. But if we can get above the 100-day, the bulls are going to take charge. All right. No, no, Jeff, not home free, but we're in a much better position. Okay. Monthly finally, Richard says the month finally closed out yesterday, put in a very nice candle. And you had a very nice return on your account. You beat your February performance, Richard. It's fantastic. I still haven't posted that yet. Agree with nice candle. The Morris is just, yeah. So folks, we need to be here. We need to be here. And by the way, we still have all the cool, all the cool boys and girls are still leading us. Chips, technology, QQQ, industrial, communication. This is the most bullish sectors right here. So we definitely clearly have bullish sectors leading us, which goes really well into our analogy that this wants to go higher. Do you see how objective I am with you guys? I am completely objective. I'm telling you things how they are. I'm not trying to tell you what I think. I'm telling you what we are. We're right here. We're in the middle. We can just as easily go here and we can just as easily go here. But I really love the fact that we have all the speculative stocks leading in almost in order. And I go through this with you every day. Chips, technology, QQQ, industrial, communication, consumer discretionary. Everyone is right here except Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's on its own little island. And by the way, Bitcoin was overpowering this. So if it catches up, they will be together once again. But look, chips, technology, QQQ, industrial, communication, consumer discretionary, all of them. This is why we look at this to see whether it's fragmented or in line. Look at this. Look at it a month ago. Let me show you. Consumer discretionary, communication, semiconductor, technology. Where's industrial? Where's industrial? Industrial. See how they were mostly down here? See how right now semiconductor, that means that speculative is leading. That's very, very good for the market. What about volatility? Volatility is coming down. It's coming down slower than I'd like to see it, which means there's still a lot of turmoil, which makes sense that we're still below the 200-day moving average. And if we go above the 200-day moving average, I guarantee you, I don't promise you, I guarantee you that this will go well into the 20, which is where it should. Okay. All right. Yeah. Gold. We're now breaking this level. Remember what I told you? I drew this trend line for you, and I told you if we break this level, the odds are we're going to come down right here. So this is my buy level for gold right here, between the 50-day and this bar right here, somewhere in the 3,140 level, which is what I told you before. I said if we either right here or right here. Let's look and see if we're overbought still. See how where we're at right now? We need to just go right down to here. Yep, it'll be right there when that happens, right there. See if I put my mouse right here, it'll take me down here. So right there. And I've been showing you this, and I told you if you're long gold, start lowering your exposure or hold on to your position, but don't go more, don't go heavy till we get a little lower. I did tell you that. I did tell you that. And I didn't know if we were going to stay at the 8-day or if we're going to come here, but wait till we're right here. This is the buy zone right here. See how we have an upper trend line? It's still moving higher, still moving higher. So this would be your buy level right here. Okay. I already talked about the dollar. We're still in that range in the dollar. We're still in that range in the dollar. We still haven't, crude oil still going lower, which may be a good thing. Bond market is what I'm concerned about. See, if the bond market can't get it up, the stock market won't be able to get it up. And if you look at Apple, look where Apple is. It's got all this to go. So if Apple earnings are bad and if Apple comes down here, everything that I just said about the QQQ, you can forget about. So when I say we're at a real interesting point right now, I really mean that. We can go up here or we can go down right there just as easily. Yeah, tourism is down hard. Trump said the tourism in America is up. It's not. It's down about 30%. Yeah, America tourism is at one of the America is not popular right now. We're not popular right now. Let me see what the bond markets do. Yeah, bond market's coming back down. Let me see what Qualcomm is doing right now. Down almost 6%, almost $8. Be careful with chips today. You're going to be looking at mega caps and chips today. Speaking of mega caps, let's look at them. Folks, is this beneficial to you? Are you getting some ideas? Are you starting to get deeper into the market? You see how Magnificent Seven gapped up here, guys? But look to the left. Look what's here. See how we have all this shit, excuse me, to get through? Yeah. People are boycotting. Yeah. Do you see how we're still below the 8-day EMA except for this little gap up that we have here? And if this comes down, we're still in this area. We got to get above the 200-day, folks. We got to get above 200 days. Less traffic. Hey, Carlos, look at the bright side. Less traffic, right? How's the traffic in Los Angeles? Let me know. I'm curious. Maybe it's a good time for me to visit. So look at what happened last time we were up here. So what am I going to be looking at today? I'm going to be looking at at Max 7, and I'm going to see if they're going to be reaching for the 200-day moving average. I'm going to be looking at semiconductors, and I'm going to be looking if see if semiconductors can break the 50-day moving average. Look at where we're at right now, folks. Look at where semiconductors are. We're right at the 50-day moving average. Are we going to break? Are we going to stay in this area? Are we going to supersede this area? Or are we going to just come right back down from this area? Do you see the problem? Folks, if you haven't given us a thumbs up, it's right here. I really do appreciate it. Right here. Just one time. One time. Because if you do it twice, it'll take off the previous. Nashville tourism down too. So, do you understand? We're in a very, very, very interesting place right now. We're entering the twilight zone. And when you enter the twilight zone, you don't know if you're going to go up, you don't know if you're going to go down, you don't know if you're going to stay there. So, what are you going to do a day before Apple's earnings? Are you going to go crazy on mega caps? Are you going to buy mega caps before FANG earnings? Are you going to be loading up the boat on QQQ stocks today? Unless you're crazy, no. No. Look where semiconductors are. We're not out of this. We still have the 50-day, two VWAPs, the 100-day, the 200-day. Still busy the morning, but Sunday mornings are better. Yeah. Boy, no, tourism is down big in America right now. Richard says when we get above the 200, everyone better be out by the riptide sitting on surfboard waiting for the right wave. Exactly. Thank you, Helen. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. Thank you. So, do you guys understand? We're not out of the zone yet. Look at chips. We got to get above the 50-day. We got to get above these VWAPs. We got to get above these levels. We haven't done that yet. Mega caps. We're not out of the danger zone yet. We got to get above. We got to get above this area here. Okay? Um Ruth says no. Ruth, is this not helpful to you? I just want to make sure. Good for you. Good for you, Jeff. Look at SPY. Look at where we're at on the SPY, folks. Do you see that? Do you see there's two moving averages above us? You see how we're still in this area? It's not good. How about a Dow? Let's look at the Dow. Dow, we still haven't entered any of this area. We still can't even break out of this triangle here. So we have a lot more to go. We have a lot more to go. Now, folks, if you're going to be just a little bit more patient over the next week or so, the odds are we're going to find out if the market is going to go on this side of the fence or this side of the fence. We're still in a very precarious position. Look at XLK right now. Let me show you. Do you see that? We're not here yet. You can just as easily get stuck here. See what I mean? Get stuck in the quicksand and come right back down. Ruth says, yes, love it. No was for buying mega. Oh, good. Yeah, please don't buy mega caps, Ruth. Please, 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 please do not. Unless you want to do a straddle or a strangle, that may work. But so you see, guys, this is a big gap, but look where the gap goes to. If this gap took us up here above the 200, I wouldn't be saying what I'm saying right now. But we're not up here yet. We have not got above our key levels yet. Penny says I'm late. Hey, Penny. Speaking of waves, excited to wild ride yesterday from 5,000 to 6,000. Hung watching Vold, ended up taking. Ooh, beautiful. Very nice, Penny. Love that. Love that. Yeah, we had a great day yesterday in the. We've actually every day has been great in the Trading Zone Live. Let me show you Trading Zone Live real quick. Look, go long SPY. Here's the fill. Take profit on SPY. Leave a runner. Filled. Here's the fill prices. People are happy. Commentary. Go long SPY again. Here's the fill. Take profit on SPY. An hour later, fill price. Nice little testimonial. Richard made $4,000. Able to make we made $4.69 net on the SPY yesterday, folks. Net without the runners. Without the runners. Who did not make money in the trading zone yesterday? Yeah, it still is Eagle Beagle till Friday afternoon. Good. You guys had a good run yesterday. Good. 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 So be careful and look at XLY too. It doesn't look as even better. You like the comments with the SPY trades? Good. Good. See that? See how we're keying off of the see, folks, how we can't get above the 50-day moving average on XLY. So, and look at, even if we do, look at all this stuff we have. It's either options, futures, or the SPY, whichever you want, Jyoti, whichever you want. It's just add the money options expiring today before noon, if you're doing it before noon, or tomorrow's expiration if you're doing it afternoon. Yeah. Everybody did really good yesterday. And the day before yesterday, and the day before yesterday, and the day before that too, and the day before that too, and the day before that too, and the day before that too. And everything is right here. Folks, we've had 12 or 13 winners in a row. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. I trade SPX every day. Your AZP makes it even easier. Yeah. I haven't heard from you in a while about that, Jeff. Let me know how you've been doing. Send me an update. Let me know how you've been doing, okay? Very, very curious. All right. Mike says, love the trading zone. Good, 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 good. Let me continue. I still haven't finished. Still have to continue. And no, I'm not in a rush today. I'm just going to the airport after this. Okay. You don't have to know how lucky I got yesterday. It was plain luck, almost embarrassing to say. That's okay. One thing was the trade took it time before moving from entry. It did. It did. Have me on longest win streak. Thanks. Good. That's very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, and we took profit on a pit trade too, by the way, yesterday. Sorry to hear that, Kevin. Sorry to hear that. Kevin, that's why you should always have a tethering device like I do right here. Have a tethering device. Ah, Richard. Richard, how much did you make last month? Can you tell everybody here? If I say it, they're not going to believe me. Can you tell them how much you made last month? If you don't mind, Richard, please share. And I'll continue. So let me give you stocks that I'm looking at right now. By the way, folks, we still don't have a lot of directional momentum. We only have 45 stocks. Now, this will change after today. Intraday, this will change. I'm hoping this will change going into tonight. I'm hoping that after today, I could say we have well over 100 stocks making 52-week highs. So far, the number's 45, which again confirms that we're still in a very choppy range. Carlos says 100K. Sorry, Rebecca. I hope you feel better. Richard, can you tell everybody what your number was for last month? There you go. That's it. $99,789. All right. Why are you in that trade from last week? Send me an email, Rick. Send me an email, okay? Send me an email. Send me an email. Okay, so you guys see we don't have a lot of stocks breaking out. 20-week highs, 23 stocks. Downside, 6 stocks. So we're still in this choppy range. So let me say something important. We need to get out of this range. We need to start seeing over 100 stocks breaking up or down. If this morning, for example, hypothetically speaking, let's say that the market gaps up like this. I want to show you this. Please listen to me. I know you're all getting carried away with Richard making 100K this month, but please listen. You see right here, if we open right here and we just start coming down, this number will not increase. You see, this number will not increase. And we need this number to increase going into tomorrow. We want this number to increase. We want to have a trending market going into tomorrow. Okay. Uh, SJ, Richard usually does about 2,000 per position. Folks, it's about 2,000 per position. That Richard always tells me that 2,000 per position. Okay. One second. There you go. Yeah. See, folks, now I'm going to ask you guys an interesting question. Do you guys visit a lot of trading rooms where people make $100,000 a month regularly? 10,000, 20, 30, 40, 50 regularly, like every day. Like, for example, this morning I got an email. Let me show you the first email I got this morning. First email I got this morning. No joke. I'm going to show you. First email I got this morning from Dave. 10,000. I just looked at my P&L for April, over $10,000. Grateful I found you, blah, 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 blah. It's my first email this morning, guys. That's what I opened my email to this morning. Okay. People make money with me, period. If you don't make money with me, then you're doing something grossly wrong. Now, I want to make sure volatility continues moving lower today. I want to make sure that the bond market is stable today. What does that mean? I want to make sure the bond market doesn't fall. If the bond market falls, it's not good. If volatility doesn't fall, it's not good. We want volatility to fall. We want bond market to go higher. Okay, we want to see the opposite from volatility in the bond market. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say that again right now. Um, Good, Stephen. Good. Very good. Let me just post this here. Yep. See, Richard's cutting those laws. I told him get out of the 15-day EMA, and he's doing it. There you go, Clay. All right. So we don't want the bond market to break, which it's doing right now, and we want to see volatility go down. Avatar, I don't have it here. Maybe Cam can get it for you. Cam, do you mind getting the link for Trading Zone Live? If you don't mind. If you don't mind. Meanwhile, I'll post the link to you. We'll trade. How about that? Here's a link to Customer Service Live. There we go. Here's a link for my class. How about what is everybody doing, SJ? How about taking trades in the pit and taking trades in Alpha Zone Pro? What does Clay say? Good. Good. Let me just post this. I want to give you guys stocks. Hold on. I'm going to give you guys some stocks. Thank you. Go to Customer Service Live and you'll get you a link. Yeah. There you go. Okay. We want volatility to go down today, intraday. You're going to be looking at volatility on a 5-minute chart, and you want to see volatility come off. You're going to be looking at the bond market on a 5-minute basis today, and you're going to be looking at volatility. You're going to be looking at this baby to go back up. You're going to be looking at Apple throughout the entire day. You're going to put a chart of Apple. And if you see Apple coming down substantially, it's going to be a big red flag for the market. You're going to be looking at SMH for confirmation that SMH is not completely roiling us as a result of Qualcomm, and that this gap is not coming down and it's going up. And we want to see this number of stocks. We want to see 52-week highs above 100, 150 end of day today. We obviously don't want to see a reversal bar. Okay? Vold was very confusing for me too yesterday, Jeff. It was very, very uncommon for it, very uncharacteristic, as you guys know from watching it every day for months and months. Now, let me give you, let me see what the market's doing right now. Bonds are selling off, by the way, even more. Let's see what the market's doing. Market's selling off a little bit. Let's see what Apple's doing. Apple is selling off, folks. Apple is selling off, folks. Apple is down 1.56%. It's down $3. Keep an eye on Apple today. Keep an eye on chip stocks, which are breaking down right now. We are at a key level. Look, we're right at the 50-day. This can easily just make the top right here and then just come down all day. What's interesting is SMH can come down all day and the market can still be bullish because it's so up right now. So be aware. Don't confuse gap ups with actual trading action. The market can gap up this morning and then just go down, 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 and you're going to be looking at this and it's still going to look positive, but the market's going down. Do you understand? So think about this for a second, okay? The market opens up 300 points. From that point on, the market just drifts down all day. If you look at this, this will still look positive. But price action, can't believe I'm teaching you all this, is going down. So always look at the 5-minute chart as you're looking at this. Don't look at this. And by the way, the Dow is up 300 something points an hour ago. It's only up 200 points now. Okay. So folks, I want you to be very, very, very cautious today because we could be in a position where we have a big gap up in the morning, but not a gap and go, a gap and fade. You understand? I want to see a gap and go, but I'm very fearful that we're not going to have a gap and go. And I'm very fearful that we're going to have a gap and fade. Why are we going to have a gap and fade? Apple is on the chopping block. We had a bad news on Qualcomm, and we still have all the other stuff that I don't even want to talk about going on right now. Do you guys understand? Understand what I'm saying? Do you guys understand that the morning may be the time to take your profits on your longs? The mornings may be a time to take your profits on this long because I'm not seeing a continuation. This gap is too much, too fast. When did I come up with that conclusion? Just now after talking to you and after realizing that bonds are down, SMH has been going down for the last couple of hours. We don't have small caps participating in this up. See, look at chip stocks the last hour, just going down. IWM, small caps are going down. Look at this. They couldn't even break out of range. They couldn't even break out of range. What about China? What's China doing? See that? And look at it on a daily. Nothing. So why would USA break out right now? To me, it looks like we're just going to top out here and then just come back and come down like it's doing right now. Okay. And then remember, we have earnings on Apples. And if the earnings are bad tomorrow or tonight, but boom, back into this range. So I would be really cautious on the QQQ till we're right here. Not here, up here. I think everybody at this point understands exactly what I am saying. And I think you guys have a good game plan going into today. Now, I'm going to give you my stocks now, okay? Tell me this wasn't a great session right now. What a great session. I'm so energized right now. I don't feel like I argued with anybody. What a great session. Just a fantastic session. End phase to the downside. IP to the downside. And by the way, I filtered these this morning. I had an extra few minutes, so I filtered them extra for you. Garmin, very good session. I mean, honestly, I'm thinking this was a very good session. Look at Garmin. We're not going up here. We're coming down here. See, look how it faked us out. Bum, 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 bum. And then this is what I'm fearful of is going to happen with the US stock market. Oh, wow, wow, wow. We're going higher. And then boom. It is a good session. I'll even say it's a good. I learned a lot during this session. Whirlpool. The best session is when I get something out of it. And I got something out of this session that I'm very fearful of this upside. Whirlpool, NBR. I got to head to New York or my wife will stop talking to me. It is, Rich. It is. Good, 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 good. Love it, love it. See, look what Kyong says. He can make a better decision. Exactly. Feel really good about what to look for today. Exactly, exactly. Ooh, look how bearish the stock is. Speaking of looking, this is a bear right here. This is a bear, a bear. V cell. God only knows where I find these stocks, right? V cell. But look at the trend. It's got a nice trend. Um, that's it. I took off Starbucks from my list because it was really strong this morning. So I took it off my list because it's already above this gap and I don't like that. And I took off Nike from my list this morning also because it's above the gap. And that doesn't mean I'm taking them off my list. I'm just being a little extra cautious on them because they're very strong this morning, but it doesn't mean that they're completely off, okay? Now let me see this. All right. I think we're still long Walmart and True Trend Pro. So let me give you long stocks now. And I do like some of these. I do like some of these, and I apologize ahead of time for giving you repeaters. But when you have when you have when you have six stocks making or 23, 18, excuse me, 18 stocks making 20-week highs and 29 stocks making 50-day highs, it's very hard to come up with good stocks. So let me give you those. So core is my first one. FTS is my second one. It was McDonald's. It was McDonald's, Richard. Exactly, SJ. What SJ just said, exactly. Uh no, this is the wrong ticker symbol. FTS, wrong ticker symbol. Not FRT, FTS, FTS. This one right here. All right. Philip Morris. Again, I'm not that excited about the upside, but I like Philip Morris. Monster Beverage, still doing great. Zscaler. Yeah, it was McDonald's. Overbought, way overbought, and you could see it right here. If you use my Bollinger width, you could see. You don't need me to tell you this. Look where it is. We want to buy it around here. And also, I don't really love this chart, but again, beggars can't be choosy. That's why I'm giving this to you. I hope that makes sense. Um, take two. Also a little overdone, a little overcooked. You could see right here. I prefer to get it closer to here, but there's not a lot stuffed here. I'd prefer to buy the stock around the 50-day, maybe around 217. So wait for it to cool off. CME, most of my upside stocks are overbought right now. That's also not a good sign. See how it's overdone? I like the stock, but closer to here, closer to about maybe $6, $7 off, like maybe closer to the 8-day. Okay. Yeah. Eagle, McDonald's front page of bar chart. Absolutely right. And RSG, Matt loves this stock. By the way, Matt's going to be available all day today, and Kane will be available, and I'll be in and out. Again, the only time I will be out of touch is when I'm flying. And I think that's around noon. I like this stock. Folks, here's the deal. All right. Now, here's the deal. My wife is already pestering me. The Bollinger Bands are a great cheat code for those who do not know where to place alerts. Exactly. So, folks, let me give you my 5 cents. We don't have broad momentum to the upside yet. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm going to say this again. I'm cautiously optimistic. I should probably say I'm extremely cautiously optimistic. Nothing good's going to happen until QQQ is above the 502 level. Nothing good's going to happen till SPY is above the 582 level. We got to get above the 100-day on all of them. We have plenty of reasons not to go long right now. Please, please, please don't go bullish on these mega cap stocks that are going to look bullish for you first thing in the morning. Don't do that. Don't do that. Look at what the daily right now QQQ looks like. See how we have big fat gap up? You need major firepower to sustain this gap. The gap itself hasn't been sustained in the last 2 hours. It's been coming, or the last hour, it's been coming down. Point is, be careful. We can just peak out here and then come right back down here and then continue building this. Okay. So point is, I really want you to be careful. We're not out of quicksand just yet. Boyd says, nah, not before earnings, Rick, unless you get in and out quickly. Yes. So please, do I have your promise that you're going to treat this as a very neutral market and you're not going to get FOMO over these two stocks because we have Apple and we have other stocks coming out after the close. We still don't have directional momentum. We still have defensive stocks breaking out. Most of the upside looks very sloppy, and you've got several points of resistance above us. Okay? I think I've said everything I needed to say. I will see you later. My email is roger@rogerscott.com. Obviously, I'll be traveling today, but I will be working full time tomorrow, and I'll try to get as much out. Matt is watching the day trading program, the Trading Zone Live. I'm watching the pit. We're both watching the swing trades. Ciao. Stay out of trouble. Yet don't buy tops. Wait for pullbacks and be defensive. And Boyd, if you have any questions, please let me know. It looks like I'm happy you're starting to focus out of the political stuff and more into price action. That makes me feel great. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jill. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Bye. Have a great day. Love you all. Thank you. We'll see you guys later. Thank you, guys. It's just me and my wife, so it's a very frisky trip with just the two of us. We'll see you guys later. Bye. Folks, stay out of trouble today. We're not out of the danger zone. And I didn't even talk about whether Trump will talk or not. If he talks, then all bets are off. Bye, guys. Have a great day.